Hello guys, and welcome to the MotoPanniers live. First of all, let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. So let's start with that to begin with, because I don't want to start talking too much before I know that everyone can actually see me and hear me. So yes, comments are rolling in. Hello from around the world. Let me know where you are tuning in from. So now that I know that you can both see me and hear me, if you remember the last live stream we did with a fluctuating video feed, that's actually now fixed, because now we have this camera, and we have a BTS camera up here. So we have 3 cameras that are rolling. So this time I think we're gonna be all good with the video feed. So looking forward to this stream. So let me know guys, what do you think about the MotoPanniers? Did you order a set already, or are you waiting for me to answer all your questions? I'm gonna start reading some comments because I can see they are literally flooding in here. So bear with me. I'm taking the comments from the very top to the very bottom. So if I haven't come to your question yet, just a little bit of patience and I will get straight to it. Let's start with Barry. These look great, thank you very much. Quick question, if I may, about your MotoCase. When will it be available for the 2024 Triumph Tiger 900? That's a really good question. Actually, personally, I assume that we would already by this time have a rear rack plate or a rack attachment plate for the MotoCase to fit both the Triumph Tiger 900 but also the 1200. Unfortunately, I don't know the details more than what the developers have told me, and the reason is that it's a little bit tricky on Triumph. I don't know if it has to do with there's so many different luggage or top case racks and versions and dimensions and stuff. That is why it takes a little bit extra time. I know that they are coming. I think at least we have pannier racks coming very soon, and we'll see with the top case rack. But we're getting there, so just be patient and hopefully very soon, at least this year, hopefully. Edmar Amaya, would they work on a Harley-Davidson Pan America? Not really at this point. The MotoPanniers only work with our Moto racks, which is our own pannier racks. They are fitment-wise, they are more or less identical to BMW's rack, apart from this welded locking plates that you have on them. Otherwise, it's the same dimension. Maybe in the future, if we introduce a right-hand side flat MotoPannier, that might help you a bit, because I know at least there are other manufacturers of rack, but we haven't tested the fitment. I mean, officially, the MotoPanniers are not compatible with any other third-party racks apart from BMW. They're old pannier racks for the 1200, 1250. So at this point, I can unfortunately not tell you a timeline for when the MotoPanniers will be compatible with the Pan America. We have a French commentator. I'm sorry, I don't understand French, so maybe if you can phrase it in English or use Google Translate or anything to ask, and I'll get back to it. But unfortunately, my French is not very good. Let's move on. Hello from Norway. Hello, I'm going to Norway in 2.5 weeks. With a friend. He's flying down from Sweden, and then we're going up through Germany, Denmark, and then Norway, and then back into Sweden and back down. Hello from Serbia, hello from the UK, Tunisia, Michigan, United States. Sam, a great product. Congrats and well done. Thank you very much. All credits to the developers. They did a fantastic job developing the MotoPanniers. To give you a little bit of a background story, when we shot the crash testing part of the video that you just saw, we actually brought 4 sets of MotoPanniers, because I assume that we're gonna ruin the first set already on the parking lot with the gravel because of the repeated tip overs and the repeated pushing away the bike and letting it crash on its own. But it survived. Okay, let's move on to a little bit more heavy duty stuff. We went to an asphalt parking lot, or parking space kind of, started smashing, was just smashing. Can't break it. What's wrong? How can panniers be this durable? And then I was like, okay, let's get really creative. So I told Remy, which were our test rider for this event, told him, okay, if you just gain some speed, I'm gonna run with one MotoPannier and give it to you while you're riding. So he was riding away, I gave him a MotoPannier, and then he came and he threw it, as you could see there. Also showcased that on social media. And the pannier was just flying all over the place and survived. We did it again, same, survived straight on the pannier racks. No problems. Like, so the developers did a really, really good job. Very well done, the engineer team. Hello from Australia. What time is it? This is morning for you. Tuesday morning, I think. Simon from Australia. And then we have... we even have people from Africa, from Nigeria. Hello, how are you? And from France, of course. And Latvia, Michigan, United States again. Uganda, Holland, Berlin, Canada, Miami, United States, and Sweden. Okay. Hello from the UK, from Germany, and from France again. And then we have a stranger abroad. Will you release rackless panniers for the R1300GS? Most likely, yes. However, we are starting with the GSA, with a system for that, and then we'll somehow try to also make it compatible with the standard GS. So first, the GS Adventure already in the works. I don't know the timeline. It's probably, I don't know, next year. Gonna have MotoPanniers that work with the original racks for the GSA, but so far no timeline at all. I just know it's planned sometime in the future, and the goal is also to make it compatible with the standard GS. Christoph, there's 3 cameras but very bad sound. Is it too loud, too scratchy, or can you be a little bit more specific? Sylvan, can you check if you can hear anything good with your camera, if there's something? I mean, my levels look good. It's not peaking really. Sounds good. Perfect. Thank you. New York City. King Sign. How do we order? At lonerider.com. Go to that address and you're gonna see a banner with the MotoPanniers at the very top. Just click that and then you can pre-order either the MotoPanniers as a standalone unit if you already have BMW racks, or you can just choose your compatible model in the list that we have available motor racks for when the MotoPanniers will be ready for shipping. So we have a lot of motor racks coming up already for this batch, but also for later this year and early next year. And Vehab says also that he needs rackless without pannier racks, and yeah, it's coming. I just don't know when it's in the works, so hopefully not too long, but we'll see. Stay tuned to Andy's, and if you speak French, Baptist's product development videos. They will give you continuous updates on what products are in the making and what's planned for the future. So highly recommend signing up to the email list. Mototrail, great pannier. Question about security. If you have any specific security related questions, if you mean that they are more or less theft proof, they are not. Basically, no, nothing is theft proof when it comes to motorcycles. The locks are very, very heavy duty. I can quickly show you. Let's see. Let's do a close-up. You can just zoom in here. I'm gonna turn over to camera number 2. So, see if you can see. How's the focus? You can turn the camera a bit, you can twist the ring under it and then you can flip it down. Let's go to camera number 1 instead. So, the locks on the MotoPanniers, very, very heavy duty. You also have this kind of, how do you say it? It's like a cover, so you can't get underneath with a screwdriver when you have locked it. So it's very, very heavy duty. But then again, I mean, nothing is theft proof. It's just how long can you prolong or how long can you delay the thieves, basically. And it's the same for the attachment system. Over here, it's a very heavy duty, what do you call it, locking latch, basically. Also, everything is stainless steel, very, very heavy duty, and of course lockable. So yeah, it's a very, very heavy duty system. Kingside, couldn't find them on the website yet. Yes, they are on the very top, lonerider.com. You're gonna see it. Maybe you have old cache, flush the cache, try again, refresh the page. You're gonna see them. Rick van Bergen, are you guys considering making a rack that will fit the CF Moto 800 MTX? Right now we don't have anything planned for that bike, but if the demand is big enough, we will definitely look into it. But right now, I can't see a timeline for it, unfortunately. Akraf, one of our collaboration partners, they look amazing. Thank you very much. Saying my stream is laggy. I'm actually looking at the stream myself through a hotspot, so maybe it's your internet. If someone else sees that it's laggy, please let me know and see if we can do something. Then we have Mr. Berg. Can the top be opened with a top box installed? Yes. With the MotoCase Small, there's no interference at all. With the MotoCase Large, there's a technique. Silvan, let's showcase this one. So here you can see it's the MotoCase Large installed, and if I mean opening it backwards, the lid, that's basically impossible. And however, if you reverse the lid opening with the retainers inside, you can open it here. You can see it hits right now in the molly panel. But if I just pull it out a bit, now it's free. So what you need to do is like these retainers here, it's these plastic hooks basically. These guys, that's what's keeping the lid upright so it doesn't fall over completely. These come installed back here natively. So what you can do, if you have a wide top box, you can just move the pins over from the front to the rear, and then you can just locate the retainers, these plastic things, to the back, and then it's no problem, because then you can, at least on now the R1300GS Adventure, everything has to do with how close it in. But I mean, you could, if you pull it not too hard but a little bit enough, there's, I mean, I'm not even touching the top case with the lid right now. So yes, at least on the R1300GS Adventure with the MotoCase Large installed, you can fully operate the lid by just opening it to the front. So let's see. Viper, do they fit on the original racks on the R1250GS Adventure? Yes, very much so. You even have a variant, we call it, in the web shop. You can actually select your bike, because even though we will offer motor racks for the R1200 and 1250GS, the liquid cooled, if you already have the racks, there's no need for you to like waste money on a set of motor racks unless you really want them. So that means that you can just take your current BMW original racks. That's important. It has to be the original racks, not any third party I mean, not SW Motec, not Touratech, Wunderlich or anything like this. It has to be the original BMW racks. Then the MotoPanniers will fit. You might need to fine tune the quick release system of the MotoPanniers in worst case, but it should be a complete plug and play. But yes, they fit. Nasser, good evening. Have you planned to install the MotoPannier to the original BMW GS Adventure support? If you're referring to, yeah, that was the same question actually. If you're referring to the Pannier rack, so it does fit. It does. We've had several collaboration partners also that have showcased that on social media. So yes, the original BMW racks are 100% compatible with the quick release system of the MotoPanniers. It's jumping a bit for me, so I need to scroll. That's a little bit not the best with a live stream, because the chat, as soon as enough comments are being loaded at the bottom, it jumps back, and then you have so much to scroll back and like try to relocate where I was time-wise. Let's see, next one. H. Already placed an order for the BMW GS 1300 Adventure. Thank you very much. My question is, will these boxes open with the big motor case on the R1300 GSA? Yes. As long as you, if you watched now when I did the demo, the only thing you need to do, reverse the opening of the lid of the MotoPanniers, and then the very first opening, you just have to pull the lid a little bit outwards to get free from the moly panel of the top case. Let me know if you want me to demonstrate it again, and I'll have to do it. Just comment once more and I'll do it. Hello from Japan. What time is it in Japan right now? Centrum MX, what is the top speed for road use? Are they suitable for light off-road riding? To be honest, I don't know the top speed. Check the... I'm not gonna say anything because don't hold me to it. I don't know if we've had any special certifications for the top speed, but I assume like any other Pannier. If they are suitable for off-road riding, I mean, durability-wise, yes, but riding off-road with aluminum panniers, it's a bit risky, because if you fall, crash, whatever, and you get your foot or leg, knee, whatever underneath between the pannier and the ground, especially if the ground is hard, the risk of you breaking something is gonna be quite high. I had one story actually, when was that, a couple of years ago, was a customer. He bought everything apart from panniers from us because he wanted the aluminum cases. First day he went off-road, fell and broke his leg, or broke his knee basically, first day of the trip. So it's aluminum panniers, they are, I mean, they can take definitely an abuse off-road, but I would never recommend, if you have a off-road trip planned, don't use aluminum cases. Use soft luggage, or at least semi-rigid luggage, for example our motor bags or ADV bags. So if you want the capacity and the more or less convenience of aluminum panniers, then I'd recommend our motor bags. The only thing with them is that they are a little bit slower to open and close. Otherwise they are the same volume basically, but they flex. So when you fall over, they flex. They are semi-rigid, so they are not completely soft like our ADV bags. They have an inner board inside, and when you fall over, everything flexes a bit. So they are way safer for off-road riding, especially when it gets a little bit gnarly, than aluminum cases. And again, if you're really into off-road, then I would definitely recommend our ADV bags, our rackless system that we released last month. Then we have you Ballerino on the road. Hello, amazing product like always. Are they available for the Africa Twin 2018? Unfortunately not. We have only developed motor racks for the 1100 and not the 1000, so unfortunately not. And as they are offset, you really need an offset system, so unfortunately not yet, at least. Another Ronin, would the complete combo set of luggage be available with these MotoPanniers? Yeah, we're probably gonna do some kind of luggage combo together with them. They are already available with the MotoCase and of course the motor racks, but at one point we also gonna have like add-ons like the mini bags, for example, or the micro bags that you also can attach, and all that kind of stuff. We also have something, if you stick around, I'm gonna show you a product that we're gonna release in, I don't know, a few months, that is basically made for the MotoPanniers. It's just not quite ready in production yet, so we don't want to release it until it's close by in availability. So stay tuned, I'm gonna show it later tonight. Oscar Sola, very nice suitcases, love them, thank you very much. John Rodsert, hello, do they fit on the OEM racks for the 1250 GSA 24? Yes, they do. The original racks, no other racks. It has to be the BMW original racks, and they fit. We even have variants for the MotoPanniers when you have the original racks ready, so you don't have to purchase our motor racks. Luis Feitosa, do you have a representative in Brazil? Not that I'm aware of. The issue we have in general with South America is that the import fees and taxes are so high, so it's, in the end, it's barely not even, how do you say, worth it, because you have to pay more or less the double price. Well, the price you see on the website times 2. That's the sad truth, basically. So we don't have much present in South America as a whole. Marius, are the MotoPanniers, do they have the same capacity as the original BMW panniers? If you're referring to the new system from BMW, ours are definitely smaller. I don't know what capacity the BMW has. They look like roughly 45s without the expander, but ours are smaller, definitely. They are also way more narrow to the bike, so they don't stick out as much. Arnold is asking about the weight. Yes, they are solid. They are quite heavy. The offset version, this one, weighs in at 9.3 kilos, while the flat version, which is a little bit bigger, weighs in at 9.2 kilos. We have all the specifications on the website as well, so you can see all the outer and inner dimensions, but yeah, they are solid. And like I said in the video, the reason why they are so heavy is because there's a thicker aluminum body. There's so many components on them, and of course also we have so much stainless steel to help with the durability. I mean, all 3 locks are in stainless steel. The whole quick release system, including the base that goes into the body of the aluminum case, basically, it's everything is stainless steel. And I mean, everything combined, inner bag, the lights, the organizer system, the lid, the molly panels, everything combined, I mean, it adds up quite quickly. So yes, they are heavy, but they are very, very durable. Steven, is the new system still compatible with all BMW case systems? If you're referring to the R1200 and R1250GS and Adventure versions, then yes, with the original racks. If you're referring to the 1300, then no, you will need our motor racks to mount the MotoPanniers. Marius again, volume capacity, already answered that. BMWs is most likely larger, I think, but ours are way more solid and way more durable if you prioritize that during your long trips. Yeah, if we order now, when will be the approximate shipment date? Late September, as of now. That's the date that we have, that we're shipping out to customers. So if you order now, you can expect your MotoPanniers to show up in the second half to late September. Room's bike, it's French. Fortunately, I don't speak French, so I don't understand. See if we have a... Do we have... No, we don't have a translation. That would be something for YouTube. Because if I right-click on the comment, I get a lot of options, but no translation. That would be something for YouTube to incorporate. Hello from Sicily. Hello. Thomas, are there any plans to bring panniers that can be attached to the R1300GS pannier racks? If you're referring to the original pannier carrier system, whatever they call it, their new kind of pannier racks that looks a little bit different. It's coming. We don't just know when. Probably next year. Stig, Norway calling. Hello. Are the MotoPanniers complete for the KTM 1290 Super Adventure? Yes, together with our motor racks, but it has to be from the model from 2021, I think, the one that when they did a facelift. I don't think the older ones fit, at least not in our compatibility chart for the motor racks. So if you have a 21 or 22 and up or newer, then yes, they will fit. Alex, KTM 1290 purchase made from Portugal in the first few minutes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Q8 Amigo, just ordered them. Thank you very much. Then we have DRK Silent. Sorry for mispronunciation. F900GS Adventure 2024. Will it fit? That depends on. If, I'm going to show you a picture here. If you have the ESA suspension, called ESA, I think so, then what happens is that you can see that golden, can't really see because it's so small. I think it's the leveling system. That one is interfering with the locking latch of the MotoPanniers. That's why it's not fitting. If you have ESA on your F900GS Adventure, then the MotoPanniers will not fit. If you don't have this, then yes, they will fit. So that's basically the how it is. Norman, will you be creating a rack for the Yamaha Tracer 2025? I wouldn't say highly unlikely, but you never know. No plans for it right now, at least. Maybe in the future, we'll see. Aldo, hello. If I buy the panniers now with my actual BMW R1250GS Adventure, I should buy without rack, and if in the future I will buy the BMW R1300GS Adventure, can I use the same panniers purchase? Yes, you can reuse the panniers themselves because they are universal, if you call them. It's just the racks that you have fit to the bike. So no, the racks won't be able to fit your new bike, but the panniers will. But you will need to buy a new set of motor racks. Then it's no problem at all. And we sell them as a standalone unit, so you don't have to purchase any bundles or anything like this. So you can purchase the racks separately. Valeria, I have one other collaboration partner. Hello from Italy, another great product from Lone Rider. Thank you very much. Navin Kumar, can I pre-order and wait for the one specific for the R1300GS? If you are referring to the quick release version that we are not yet finished with in development, no, you cannot pre-order anything that does not really exist. If you buy the current MotoPanniers that we have available now, then you are locked into use our motor racks. Nothing else on the 1300 works with our MotoPanniers. You have to use our motor racks, our own pannier racks. Why hasn't the Russian flag been available for over a year? To be honest, I have no idea. Ask customer service what the reason might be. We are not very big on flags in general. I think a lot of them have been unavailable for a very long time. Even more countries, New Zealand, for example, I think. Don't hold me to it, but I don't know. Ask customer service what the reason might be. Wahab, I can tell from your video that I can mount it on my motorcycle even though I don't have any brackets. I need a rackless system, but I haven't seen any photos or video of it yet. Can you please help? If you want a universal rackless system, that's basically you need to get our ADV bags, because all our other main luggage system, I mean the motor bags and now the MotoPanniers, they require a rack of some form, either our own or the BMW rack. And the motor bags more or less fit any kind of rack with or without quick release system. Included with the motor bags, you have a permanent attachment system, which you can use to mount to very weird racks where the quick release system, which comes pre-installed on the motor bags, might interfere with some parts. So hope that answers your question. Tiger Rider, are they for BMW only? No, definitely not. If you have a look at our product page, we have several bikes top of mind besides all the BMW models. We have for the Africa Twin 1100 and Adventure Sports. We have for the KTM 1290 S and R. We have for the Tiger 1200 and Tiger 900. And the new Tiger 1200, not the older version, the new revamped that share the same kind of look as the 900. Sask Rider Moto, will there be more support for the Tiger 900 GTs and 1200 for the new bags? If you're referring to the MotoPanniers, which I assume you are, they do already fit with our motor racks that we are releasing. You can see the variants on the product page. If you scroll down a bit, just above add to cart, you're gonna see your model there. I don't know if the GT has a special fitment in regards to pannier racks. I'm not very knowledgeable on Triumph bikes in general and how the fitments are, because at least here in Switzerland, they're more or less quite unusual. It's not very often I see them. So even though I rode the 900 4 or 5 years ago, I did not pay attention to the racks much. And I think the GT did not exist back then either. So hard to say. Ramon, hi Alex, just place an order for a set of panniers from my Tiger 1200. Thank you very much. Question, can the locks be recoded for the Triumph key as well? Thanks, love all your products. Greetings from Germany. Thank you very much. I don't think so, because it has to do with the barrels themselves, that the key has to fit inside. I mean, you could try, but I don't think they do, because if it would work, then we would probably have already spec'd them as compatible. I know for sure that the Honda Africa Twin keys does not work, and definitely not the Yamaha keys either, because they look completely different. So, I mean, cut and try, but I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately. Dgum videos on the R1300GS. The Lone Rider rack sticks out quite far from the bike. The Touratech racks are tighter. Will they work with Touratech racks? Yes. Let's go back a few steps so I can explain why our rack sticks out more. Basically, first of all, we are a very small company, so we don't have like endless capacity production-wise. So when we developed the motor racks for the 1300, we wanted to make them compatible with the motor bags that we currently have in the way that the motor bags quick release system is delivered to the client. And as the majority of customers history-wise has had a GS when they purchased motor bags, we made the quick release system plug and play for the BMW racks. So when the 1300 came and there was no pannier racks and we had to develop our first ever pannier racks for it, that basically meant that we didn't want the new R1300 riders to, so when they purchase a set of motor bags, that they don't have to, first thing they do, disassemble the whole bag, reset up the whole quick release system and so on and so on. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for them. So that's why we basically copy pasted the dimensions from the 1250 and 1200 GS Adventure racks, and that's the reason why they are a little bit wider on the 1300 than some of the competing brands. Because if we would do a slimmer system, that is definitely possible to have two flat sides instead of one offset side. That would mean double stock keeping, double production and double stock keeping in all our warehouses, which is a lot of products and a lot of stuff to keep track of. And again, we are a small company, so we have very limited capacity in what we can do. So we always try to see the whole picture and look as far ahead as possible instead of trying to optimize the small, tiny details, if that makes sense. So that is the reason why our racks are a little bit wider on the 1300 compared to some of our competitors. Jorge, WM Rider Adventures, they look great. Thank you very much. Here we have another one. My name is Hector from Mexico City, and I can't find any detailed video about the panniers in your page. Have a look, lonerider.com, and at the very top you're gonna see big banner, video banner, MotoPanniers. Click on that, scroll down, you're gonna see the video that we just released about an hour ago, and you can rewatch the whole video there. We also have Spanish subtitles. Ruben, I have the motor bags and it's awesome. Thank you very much. They are very popular still. Nuno Pinto from Portugal, already bought the MotoPanniers. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Arnold, what's the weight on each side? Yeah, so you can take out the panniers again. So this is the offset side that you can see here. This, because it's more metal, it's a little bit heavier. So this one is 9.30 kilograms. And then we have the flat side on the bike, which I'm gonna switch over to here. This version here that weighs in at 9.20, so it's a tiny bit lighter, but yeah, they are heavy, and I explained that that's also for a reason. A lot of stainless steel in them too, for increased durability. I need to keep up. I'm still answering comments from half an hour ago. It's gonna be up to 3 hours tonight also, but I appreciate it. How many are we at the moment? 185 watching. I think that's kind of a record. Appreciate it, guys. So many. Okay, let's keep cranking. Moto Trail Is there are accessories like to make a small table with the two? Oh, I see what you mean. You mean you put the panniers next to each other and then you can put a plate on top? I've seen that from another producer of systems. No, not yet, but it's definitely a good idea for those who want it. I mean, why not? I mean, again, MotoPanniers are about convenience. Why not just make this? I mean, a foldable the table somehow, seamless connecting between the motor panels. So I don't know, whatever. That's a good idea. Oh, now it jumped again. Let's see, 29. I was at. Wally, I'm not falling for shouting out for this cousin, because I've seen that video multiple times. So I'm not falling for that. Let's move on. Diego gameplay. I have had water leaks with the OEM panniers. Have you considered that with your own panniers? Yeah, I mean, that's a standing problem more or less with aluminum cases in a whole, because there's so many points of sealing that you need to take into consideration. There are many pop rivets you have. I mean, the weldings would of course never be leaking, but then you have the seal also, and it's the tiniest, I don't know, work in, or like if you leave the pannier open, you have a little bit just offset between the lid and the body at the longest, how do you say, line. We don't say that our MotoPanniers or MotoCase are waterproof. It's water resistant. It will leak a tiny bit if you high pressure wash them on close range. Yes, happened to me as well, but in the rain, no. However, if you want to be extra sure, I mean, like for me, example, I'm gonna go to Norway for 2 weeks, and Norway is infamous for being super rainy, unfortunately. Then we have these damn near waterproof, but they are also water resistant inner bags. So whatever comes in, if something comes in through the body of the MotoPanniers, it's gonna be stopped from the inner bag. So, sorry. Don't hit the cameras. Yeah, so it's difficult. We're working on it, but it's really difficult to make something 100% waterproof when it comes to aluminum cases. Francesco Farina, finally the panniers for the Triumph Tiger. Yes, available for the 900 and the new 1200, including our motor rack, so you can mount them, no problem. It's going to be delivered at the same time at the MotoPanniers, so we're looking second half to late September. Jitendra, is it compatible with the F900GS 2024? To be honest, I don't know. Does that bike come with pannier racks from BMW that is very alike the racks that come with the F900GS Adventure, for example? If so, it's plausible that they will work, but if BMW does not offer any racks for the new F800GS, then no. We don't have any motor racks for the F800, unfortunately. William Brown, will it fit SYM 125? I don't think so. Never heard. Is it an abbreviation of a bike brand, or is it called SYM? SYM? But no, unfortunately not. And for a 125, it's a very heavy luggage system for that small bike. I would definitely recommend maybe our ADV bags. I mean, the whole netto weight of the ADV bags is just about 6 kilograms. So it's like 66% of the total weight for one MotoPannier. So much lighter, and probably much more suitable for a 125 cc bike. Savi, is it possible to put a helmet like the Shoei Neotech 2 inside the MotoPanniers? Unfortunately, I sold my Neotech 2 prior moving to Switzerland, but we could test I have this helmet, for example. This is a Scorpion XO. I think this is only available on the American market. Let's test the MotoPanniers. So let's switch cameras. So highly doubt that it will work, but you never know. And by the way, this is, what is this? Extra large or something, so it's the biggest shell. And it's not even close on fitting, unfortunately. But it's on the MotoCase. There is absolutely no problem at all. It even fits the MotoCase small. This is the large. This is the 57 liter. We also have a 42 liter. And definitely fits in a top case, but not inside the panniers, unfortunately. Maybe if you have a very small helmet, that might fit, but I don't think so, because this was not even close on fitting, basically. So, unfortunately, not. Oscar, can these be used for the Ducati Multistrada V4? Or when will they be available? We had plans of doing it. See if I remember the issue correct. It was something special with the Multistrada V4. Some sensors or something else that the MotoPanniers blocked. Oh, can't remember what it was. There was something. It's not a like physical fit, because making racks for the V4 is no problem. It's just it has to do something with the sensors. So I know that the guys are working on it, but we'll see when we manage to make a system that works with the V4. David Jackson, is a reflector pack available for the top case? I have that already. I actually asked the development team, the stickers look epic on the MotoPanniers. We should definitely have that for the MotoCase as well, the top case. So not yet, but most likely will come shortly. Because I pushed it personally, because I think it looks really, really good with the stick. The stickers, they come separately with the MotoPanniers. They come like this. So you basically have 2 red and 2 white. This is now per MotoPannier. And then you have these small guys, 3 red, and then you have 3 yellow, and you have it's supposed to be 3 white as well, but here we go. So we have 3 white as well. So yeah, something like this for the MotoCase, that would be super nice. So I'm pushing it. So a little bit of patience. We are most likely gonna offer it very soon. Frank Schurman, order them for the 1250GS 2013 with a top case. Thank you very much. You're gonna be super happy. That's an epic setup. Very nice bundle. Appreciate it. Some guy from Japan. It's half English, half Japanese. I don't know if you ordered. If you did, thank you. Good. Rufo, one question. Have you considered building bigger MotoPanniers, as these are smaller than the BMW OEM aluminum panniers? Not planned at the moment. We might introduce a double flat system at one point, so it's going to be 37 plus 37. If we get enough demand of a larger, then we will most likely look into it, but nothing of that is planned as far as I know. But again, the demand is high enough, then why not? Alistair is asking, how much are the panniers? The prices are found on our website, so go to lonerider.com and you're gonna see what they cost in various bundles. And if you just want the panniers as a standalone product, you can purchase them also without racks or anything. So go to our website, lonerider.com. You're gonna see the prices there. Ogie Danyuma, do you plan to adapt the motorbags and MotoPanniers to the BMW OEM R1300GS Adventure racks? Yes, like I said, I don't know, half an hour ago, We are looking into a system that is working together with the original pannier racks, if you call them. I like to call them carriers instead. So yes, it's coming. I just don't know the timeline yet. For the motor bags, we might looking into a completely revamped version of the motor bags next year, but it's not for sure yet. So stay tuned, have a look, sign up to our emailing list, and you're gonna get all the necessary info once we are have info to share. Chirag Mystery, I need the dimension and weight of the panniers. Longrider.com, and you're gonna see everything there. The weight is just above 9 kilograms, and the dimensions can't remember, but have a look at the website. You're gonna find everything you need there in both metric and imperial measurements. Andy Bratzier, what is the overall width with the panniers installed on the R1300GS? That's, I think it's mentioned on, because I measured my bike, and it's exactly 100 centimeters from outer pannier to outer pannier with our motor racks then, of course. So it's more narrow than the handlebars, but it's 100 centimeters total width. ADV Rider TR, it's time to build the ultimate setup for the hardcore riders. The timing couldn't be better. What a job. MotoPanniers look absolutely stunning. Once again, proud of the next level quality difference. Thank you very much for those kind words. I appreciate it. Hello from Morocco. Rides and Robustos, any adapter to be able to use the Touratech rack? Thanks. The thing is, with the personal experience I have from Touratech racks, and I'm talking when I had the 1290 Super Adventure, is that even though Touratech is physically manufacturing the racks for the 1200 and 1250, that doesn't mean that their own branded racks have the same measurements in this rectangular shape, if you know what I mean. Because I remember when I made an installation video a couple years ago for the motor bags, I remember when I swapped over, because I had a 1250 GS Adventure at the time with the original pannier racks, which the motor bags fit seamlessly. Hadn't had to do anything about the setup on the quick release system. And then I rolled in the KTM with the Touratech racks, but it was actually the KTM racks, but Touratech is making them also. So KTM labeled racks made by Touratech, and nothing was the same. I mean, even the height and width, everything. So I had to take everything apart. So, I mean, as long as I'm gonna show you again. Oopa! Almost dropped. So, let's see, a little bit of light. Here we go. So you can see here are 4 screws. All in all, you have 2 here also. That's what you can adjust. So basically, you can adjust this up and down, and this up and down, and this in and out. So that means if whatever rack, in this case, that is flat, fit within the measurements of maximum and minimum of these, then theoretically, yes, it will work. But the thing is, the offset needs to match ours exactly, because you have, see if this, you have a depth difference between the rack that goes here and the rack that comes up here. So straight down here, top rack is going around here. See if I can turn it a little bit better. Something like this. So you can see this rack is the top part because it's offset. This has to match identically. And it's the same here. You can adjust this one up here, up and down, and this one in and out. And that's it, because here it's pop riveted. This one is completely permanent. Fixed, so you can't do anything. It's just these 3 parts on both panniers that you can actually adjust. Fine-tune is more word that I would be using. So, and the thing is, Touratech, they use a different offset than the BMW and us, basically. I think we use roughly 72 millimeters. Touratech is roughly 60 millimeters. So their offset is more flat, while BMW's and ours is deeper. So yeah, that means no adapters. It's just if the racks are within the dimensions that is required for the MotoPanniers quick release system, then yes, it theoretically should fit. But we have not tested anything, so we can't say that it works. It's especially the offset is highly unlikely that it will work. Ogia Danjuma, kindly demonstrate how the MotoPanniers will open with the big MotoCase already installed. Yeah, we can do it. Ready? So let's switch over to the B cam again. And this is the offset. So, how's it going? That's good. So, first of all, we installed pannier, this. So here you can see the MotoCase Large, the 57 liter, the wide one. Like I said in the beginning of the live stream, you need to reverse the opening of the lid. You have to open it from the rear to the front, because if you open it from the front to the rear, it's gonna hit the MotoCase immediately. And then when you open up, here you can see it hits. You can come a little bit on the side. You can see the corner here hits the molly panel, but as it's not completely fixed when it's open, you can just pull it out a little bit, and then it's free to open. So this is fully possible to do. So as long as you open from this side, there's no problem, and it's the same when closing it. I mean, you could theoretically just slam it, but you're gonna start wearing and tearing on the corners, plastic to plastic. So I would try to just pull the lid out a little bit when you're passing this part, and then you can close, so no problem. And with the MotoCase Small, you can open the lid, of course, any direction you want, but the lid will never ever hit the MotoCase Small unless you have accessories attached to the molly panel. Then depending on the width of the accessories, it really depends on if you're gonna hit it with a lid or not. But without any accessories on the sides of the MotoCase Small, you will never hit the two cases together. Detlef Bayer, is it possible to put in locks that work with the BMW keys? Yes, they are actually codable I mean, our locks, both MotoCase and the MotoPanniers, all locks are identical, and they come with keys, because if you don't have a BMW bike, so you can actually use the cases. But then also, if you really want to code all 8 locks, because you have 3 on each MotoPannier, 1 for the quick release system, 2 for the lid, and then on the MotoCase top case you have 1 for the lid and 1 for the rack attachment plate. So all 8 locks can be coded to your one single BMW key, no problem at all. I have a video on it. I mean, we're gonna release an installation and setup video for the MotoPanniers prior to their delivery. But if you really want to know already how to code your key, you can check out our instructional video for the MotoCase. You can find it in one of our playlists on our YouTube channel. There I describe in detail exactly how you perform or replace all these kind of golden leaves inside, so you can really code your BMW key to your Lone Rider lock barrel. Hello from Morocco. We have another French comment. Unfortunately, I cannot understand. Please rephrase in English if you can. Hello from Milano. These Echo, are they the same size as the OEM BMW Panniers? No, they are not. They are slightly smaller. I don't know what the volume is of the BMW cases, but ours are smaller but more durable, definitely more durable. William asked before if they will fit 125. I already answered that one. I recommend the ADV bags because of the first of the fitment, but then also because of the weight. ADV bags are much lighter than the MotoPanniers. Hello, I would like to know the difference in overall width after installing the MotoPanniers compared to the moto bags. More or less the same. It's tiny. I mean, maybe centimeter plus minus. Whereas I don't know which one would be widest. I think the MotoPanniers might be a bit wider, but it's not much. I can't remember if I measured the moto bags to be 98, maybe 100, but the MotoPanniers is definitely 100. So in reality, you won't feel any difference. Espadrino, hello from Spain. Why are they smaller than the original BMW ones? I think basically to keep them more narrow, so they are not wider than the widest point of the bike, the handlebars in this case. And yeah, I can't answer that question. The developers most likely thought that, I mean, 34, 37 should be enough storage for because you can always expand the system with additional bags or a top case. If the top case is not big enough, then you can have the bigger top case. You can attach accessory bags thanks to the moly panel. So it's fundamentally it's probably better to have a smaller base that you can expand thanks to the moly panels with, for example, just by attaching a mini bag to the front and back of the moly panels. This one here and the top as well. I mean, just 2 mini bags will give you an additional 12 liters. And then if you attach one to the top as well, then you have 18 liters plus on one side. And then we're talking, what are we, 37 plus 18, 55, is it? So I think around there you're already more than the BMW ones. I don't know if you can you install accessory bags on BMW's cases. I can't remember seeing any attachment points on the cases themselves other than the booster, and I don't know how much the volume booster is adding, but yeah, ours is a little bit more built to be modular rather than offering a ton of storage from the beginning. And of course also the bigger panniers you have, the more weight, the heavier they're gonna be, and also they're not gonna be as durable at one point. So Lester Lopez, can you fit a full-size helmet? Not in the MotoPanniers we tested 20 minutes ago. Helmets are best stored in top cases. Our MotoCase Small can fit 1 standard ADV helmet, while as the MotoCase Large can fit 2 regular flip-up helmets, as long as they are not too big. I think 1 small helmet and 1 large fits definitely. You can go check our MotoCase presentation video. I did a comparison there between the 2 sizes, what kind of helmets you can fit inside, so go have a look. Jensen Button, do you have panniers to fit the KTM 1290 Super Adventure S 2021 model? If the 2021 is before the facelift, then unfortunately not. If it's after the facelift, I can't remember if it was 21 or 22, then we have motor racks available. So it's either or. Francesco Farina, what about Triumph? Already answered that one, I think. Monsieur C, I have symmetrical Outback Mototech racks, I think it could be, on the R1300GS. Could we choose 2 symmetrical cases? Panniers will not fit. I don't know. It really depends if they are within the limits of what the quick release system or the MotoPanniers can do. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. I would definitely recommend get our motor racks and get a setup that is streamlined and made for it. Because 3 liters, I mean, you don't gain much. I mean, add basically a tall bag. That's half a mini bag. Tall bag is same kind of bag, cut in half, and then you have this 3 liters. So I would definitely recommend get our motor racks and install everything as it's intended to be. It's gonna be much better. Thomas, thanks for the answer. Bought myself a set. They look amazing. Thank you very much. Glad I could answer and make you purchase a set. Mike S, are the motor bags waterproof? Yeah, the outer bag, now we're talking the motor bags, the semi-rigid. They are, from my personal experience, the outer bag is 99% waterproof. The only time it leaked for me was when the screws were not completely tightened for the locking clamp, kind of. Other than that, they are fully, I mean, I don't think I use inner bags for my motor bags. You're referring to the MotoPanniers. They are not certified. They are not listed as waterproof. They are water resistant. So when you ride in rain and stuff, they will not take in water. And anyway, we are... It disappeared. My beloved inner bag. With the MotoPanniers, well as with the motor bags as well, you get this PVC inner bag, which is watertight. I would borderline call it waterproof if it wasn't for the zipper. I mean, you can't submerge. Waterproof actually means you can submerge this and it doesn't take in any water. Then it's waterproof. Water resistant means you can shower it and no water goes inside. So yes, MotoPanniers and inner bags are water resistant, and these combined in regular riding, you will never have your gear become dusty or wet. So yeah, no problem. Chris Dent, why is there no top box for the Triumph Tiger 900? Like I said in the beginning of this live stream, the reason for this is basically that I think the developers told me, the engineers, that there was something odd with the Triumph luggage rack, if there was so many variants of it or sizes or fitments or whatever, that they really had to prioritize and have a look at which one to go for. I don't have any technical info more than that, but that is the reason. We're trying to decide which rack to develop everything for and to make it as good as possible, basically, because there's no reason to release new products and the fitment is like halfway there. It has to be top notch, otherwise there's no point for us. Big Rock Moto, message retracted. I'm really curious of what you wrote. Hopefully something further down the line. Eric Hansel, top case OEM rack for the R1250GS Adventure. Yes, our MotoCase fits very well with the GS Adventure. You just need a rack adapter plate. That's it basically. Regardless, I mean, on our if I can switch cameras just quick. If you can see, you don't have to touch it. You can see underneath here. This is our top case rack. This is not BMW. It's ours. With that said, you still need the rack adapter plate to fit the MotoCase. So it's not coming completely as one unit. You still need to use the rack adapter plate to attach the MotoCase, even though it's our own top case rack. But I highly doubt that we would develop a top case rack for the 1250 series, because there's no reason, basically. There's absolutely no reason. The original rack works so well, so It's wasted money. You already have it, you don't need it. And it's the same if you have a standard GS. The top case rack there as well, even though it looks like more plastic, there's no problem. We still have a rack attachment plate for the motor case, so you can fit it, no problem at all. So hope that answers your question. Can you please show us how to do with the large top case? This was 45 minutes ago. I think we already showed that. So we don't need to show it again unless someone else is writing. Bear with me, guys. I'm still at messages from 45 minutes ago. Grinding through as good as I can here. But it's fun. It's fun when people are engaged, definitely. Let's see. Paco Castillo, some plans to issue those panniers with the back attaching system adapted to the R1300GS Adventure OEM racks. Yes, it's coming, but we don't know when yet. It's kind of in development, but I can't tell you when. Probably next year, first half next year. I don't know. We'll see. Dave Benson, do they fit straight on the BMW frame or do I need a new frame? If you have a liquid cooled now, R1200, 1250 GS Adventure with the BMW original pannier racks, it has to be the BMW, no other brands at all, no third-party racks, then yes, they fit. They are also listed. So if you have a look at the product page, you go to lonerider.com, you click your way through to the MotoPanniers, and then you're going to have add to cart, and above you're going to have all the variants. If you want to have add a top case, or if you just want the MotoPanniers, you're going to see your bike spec with and without motor racks. Motor racks is our own pannier racks, and then you're also going to have an option if you have the original BMW pannier racks. So you also, when you click those buttons, you're going to have a slideshow of the photos showing you exactly what you're going to have included. So if you click your bike 1250, for example, with motor racks, you're going to see a picture with racks. If you click that you have no racks, that you have the original racks, and the racks are going to disappear from the photo, that means you're not going to get racks supplied with the MotoPanniers. Lux GS Adventure will there come an inverted version for the R1250 GS Adventure K25, and that's the oil cooled. I know you love that bike. We are not gonna do that, most likely not, because the demand is too low, basically. Would be nice, but that also means a complete new, because that, see if I remember this correctly now, the original racks, instead of having this offset in a S shape, is like straight and then it goes out like a hook on that bike, and that means a brand new quick release system. So most likely not, unfortunately. Travis Smith, can you show us how the lids open on a 1250 GS if you have this 57-liter motor case? Unfortunately, I don't have my 1250 GS Adventure here anymore. I only have the 1300. Should be the same, basically. I don't think the depth of the motor case, and if you have the this is the motor case, here's the MotoPanniers. I don't think this depth differs that much between the variants, so you can always, like I showed previously, you can just reverse the lid opening, so you open the lid forwards, and then just to get past the first moly panel on the top case, just pull the lid of the MotoPannier out a little bit, and then you get through. So it's very, very easy. CS, would there be parts replacement for the pannier itself, basically for repair? Yeah, I think so. The thing is, a lot of stuff on the panniers are pop riveted. Can take it up here again. So you have all here is kind of, I don't know if you call it pop rivets, but rivets at least. And that's also for the corner protectors. I actually asked the development team the other day if we could make this replaceable, that we, instead of rivets, we use screws to attach. And they said if the demand is high enough, then definitely we're gonna do it for a future batch. But right now you have to drill it, and then you have to use a tool somehow to replace the corner protectors. Other than that, to be honest, I don't know. Definitely moldy panels gonna be a spare part. The what more? The whole locking system, maybe. At least the barrels, I know for sure. The quick release system, the plastic parts, maybe, because they can. If you drop, I mean, we destroyed on our. Can you go get one of the broken panniers? The one with the not broken quick release, but I'm gonna show you, because the panniers we smashed during the recording of the video that you saw earlier tonight. I'm gonna show you in a bit the quick release system that, if you really abuse this, I mean, basically throw the panniers on the street at speed, when they start to tumble, yes, you can crack or lose the plastic parts of the quick release system. So most likely those parts are gonna be replaceable. And I'm talking about these parts here. This is plastic. So I'm gonna show you here. Here is the very pannier that you saw tumbling, and here you can see this one is a little bit loose. That's no problem. You can still tighten this, but here you can see here's plastic. There's no plastic. So that's most likely, that's gonna be a spare part, I assume. And the same down here. I mean, you can see this pannier has been tumbling on the street multiple times. And even though it's dented, it's still fitting to the racks with zero play. So that was quite impressive. The Kantner, hello, I have a 2024 F900GS with the original mount for the BMW Vario cases. Can I mount the cases and a top case? I assume you're referring to the MotoPanniers and a top case. No, you can not. Without promising too much, unless it's specified, our rackless moto bags, not the ADV bags, the rackless moto bags that we made for the 1250GS, 1200GS, that has the Varios that when you don't want pannier racks on your bike, they might fit. But check the product page of the rackless moto bags and have a look if there is any compatibility issues listed somewhere. And if not, I would highly recommend that you reach out to our customer support and ask them just to be sure before you order if you want to have rackless motor bags. But rackless motor panniers do not exist. They need conventional pannier racks. Our racks or BMW racks. David Jackson, is a reflector pack available for the top cases to match the motor panniers? I think I've already answered that one, and not yet, but I raised the question to the development team that we definitely should offer a sticker pack for the motor case. So hopefully it's not too far away, but highly likely will come quite soon. Pablo, Honda X-ADV 750, please. Is that the scooter motorcycle kind of? X-ADV? Most likely not. I think only the ADV bags, our rackless soft bag system, will work together with that bike. Mark, motor racks in black coming in the future? No, we had, when we introduced the motor racks, when was that? Late 2023. Then we actually we split the first batch in half to be in electroplated kind of silver look like we have now, and one was in black. And the problem was that as pannier racks, they are so much in contact with metal from panniers, and in this case the motor bags, that they scratch very, very, very easy, much easier than when you have electroplated racks. So the tiniest scratch you're gonna see, and we got so many complaints from scratches, so we decided to discontinue the black racks fully quite shortly after. I think they were around for, I don't know, a month or two, if even, and then we discontinued the black motor racks, so they will not come back, unfortunately. Hamidi, no, would you produce a rackless motor pannier system that can fit the R1250GS, such as your rackless motor bags? Most likely not, I think, because we are right now focusing on a system that works on the latest bike, which is the 1300, starting with the Adventure. And as the 1200, 1250 is a discontinued version, which means by time it's going to be less and less and less of them. Of course, there are a ton of those bikes out on the streets, but highly unlikely that we will release a rackless system for the MotoPanniers. And it's also, I mean, we're talking so heavy, such a heavy system, and on the rackless system on the 1200, 1250 is basically 3 attachment points. You have 2 hooks in the top for the subframe, and then you have one down at the passenger foot peg. And as you lack that 4th kind of point of contact, that means that the bags can move quite a lot, and the heavier the bags are, the more they're gonna move and fall inwards. So not the best combination, having almost a 10 kilo pannier in empty weight on a rackless system like that. Most likely won't come. I don't think so, unfortunately. Carlos Holder, greetings from Mexico, Alex. Excellent products. I have the MotoCase. Thank you very much. And every Ian from Big Rock Moto, also another awesome new product. Thank you, Lone Rider. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see your video soon. Maybe it's online already. I don't know. I haven't checked yet. I've been so busy the whole day preparing this live stream, so looking forward to see it. Christian GS Adventure, why only one combination and not symmetric for the R1300GS? Answered that quite comprehensively earlier tonight. Reason is, long story short, if I'm gonna repeat myself, we developed the motor bags to primarily fit the BMW OEM racks. When BMWs released the 1300, it didn't come with pannier racks, so that was our first priority, to allow people to mount our motor bags on the new R1300GS. So what do we do? Okay, let's basically do the same kind of fitments symmetrical wise as the 1200, 1250. So people that receive their motor bags, they don't have to do anything with the quick release system, just plug and play out of the box. And since then we basically stuck to it. And that is the reason why we don't have symmetrical racks, we have asymmetrical offsets. Long story short, that's the reason. Sebastian, I just bought them for my R1300GS Adventure. So excited. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But I have double feeling about not using my OEM racks. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is at the moment. Right now, we have the MotoPanniers available for our racks. And unless, yeah, it would be aesthetically, I mean, again, I don't want to talk too much about the MotoPanniers that are going to be specifically made for the R1300GS Adventure case system or case carrier system racks. Because I don't know the sizes yet, if they're gonna be the same or bigger or smaller, or for sure they're gonna be non-offset, so they're gonna be 2 flat sides, but more than that I can't tell you because I don't know. Martin, R1300 RS in the future, greetings from Belgium. I'm actually quite keen on the newest RS. I wanted to test ride it. I was supposed to record a comparison video between that one and this bike, the R1300GS Adventure. But I had to cancel that shoot because it got way too stressful with the whole MotoPanniers campaign. But very interesting bike. I don't know what the frame and everything looks like. Maybe the MotoCase fits on that bike. I had a quick look at the dealership, but I need to double check before I can make any promises. But side panniers are a little bit more difficult because you need to have a really adapted rack system for the bike to make it fit properly. Abdullah, can your panniers get installed on the SW Motec rack, and same for the top box? Are you planning to allow this in the future? No, it's not possible at all. SW Motec is actually one of the brands that we have the most compatibility issues with historically. I mean, now I'm talking about the motor bags. I mean, Touratech and Wunderlich and Unit Garage and all these brands, they have a similar system as BMW had with this tubular shaped pannier racks. But SW Motec, they always went their own way, kind of, with their a little bit more flatter system, where the quick release system is completely integrated in their own design. So we've always had real compatibility issues. So we will most likely not develop a new system to work exclusively with a competitor's product, to summarize it. Richard Smith, I have the Lone Rider motor bags, but following 2 incidents with another bike, the 2 rear plates of each bags got twisted. I've since replaced the back plates. Do you have a facility to straighten them? Not internally or in-house, and first of all, hope the crash was not too bad, that you made it out unharmed at least. But to get back to your question, no. I mean, a blacksmith, best of worlds, but again, when you have twisted metal and you bend it back, it's usually not as strong as it originally was. So I would probably just throw it on the recycle station, unless you can collect some spare parts on the quick release system or something from it that you can have in worst case scenarios. But I would not try to reuse a bent plate. That's not a good idea. Lux, sexy sunglasses, thank you. Experience PH, how about a headlight guard? If you're referring a headlight guard for the R1300GS Adventure, it's coming very, very soon. Probably gonna make a release together with either prior to our Black Friday campaign, or like we did last year with the headlight guard for the standard GS 1300. But it's coming this year for sure. Antonio Pedro Ferreira, I have a R1300GS Adventure. The MotoPanniers are compatible with the 57-liter top case. Yes, compatible with some adjustments. If you missed it, we showed it earlier here tonight. The only thing you need to do is to flip the direction the lid opens. So instead of opening the lid backwards, you have to open the lid forwards. And prior to opening it, you have to pull it out just a little bit so you can get clearance from the case of. See if I can show you quickly here. You don't have to do anything. It's a good. So you can see here. Opa! This is the MotoCase Large motor pannier. I reversed the lid opening on this, so you can see here. Now it's touching. But if I only take it here and bend it out, it's no problem. And it's the same, here it's touching, bend it out a little bit. Not much, you don't need to use force, 2 fingers, that's enough. Just like this. And it's fully compatible. And then you can open it like this. And you just close it, no problem at all. Fully compatible. Pulling over crashed MotoPanniers. Bit unstable also since the crashes. It's not standing very well. Okay. Thomas, what is the maximum weight that can be applied in plus on the panniers in total? In and on the panniers in total? I think this, I mean, the panniers themselves, there's no problem. They can handle basically any weight. It's what your bike can handle basically. I can't remember the numbers. They should be on the product page, but usually it's roughly, what is it, 10, 12, 15 kilos inside, because everything is about the subframe of the bike and how much your bike can handle, because the weight stationary is just the weight. But when you go bumpy riding and you go down to a pothole or whatever, and you compress the suspension, then you're going to have a way more force on the connection points on your subframe. So the panniers can literally take any weight, but it's the bike that can take all the weight, and especially the screws and everything that holds everything together. So that's the reason. Check the product page, because I can't remember exactly what they can handle. I know for sure the molly panels can handle 1 or 2 kilos each, and it's the same thing there. It's not going to break at 2 kilos, but when you go repeatedly bumpy riding and you have this kind of the stress up and down over time, we just want to be able to guarantee that nothing is going to happen. So that's why we put the quite low total weight of each molly panel. But all of this is explained on the product page. Tarek, do you intend to make a rack adapter plate for the motorcycle MotoCase that fits on the GS 1250 Rally? I remember there's something special there, and I can't remember. Most likely not, because it's a fairly rare bike if you compare them to all other GSs that are in circulation. And if you get a Rally with that kind of tail, then you're most likely not using a top case from the beginning. You're gonna use something lighter like a tail pack or a soft bag or a roll top or rackless soft bag system, for example. So we are most likely not gonna develop something for you to be able to fit a motor case to that rack, unfortunately. Christian GS Adventure, I still don't understand why you have... I still didn't understand why you have them not in double 37 combo and only 37, 34. 34 is because of the offset. So you lose roughly 3 liters because of the offset rack. That's the reason. The version that comes for the original GSA racks next year is most likely gonna be 2 identical on each side, but I don't know so much about them yet, so I'll leave that for future reference. Wait, now it jumped again. Have we already been streaming for 2 hours or 1.5? Time flies when you have fun. Okay, let's see. Everything jumped, so I need to find where I stopped. Here. Do the inner bags on the new MotoPanniers have shoulder straps? No, they don't have shoulder straps. No attachment for shoulder straps at all. They have just carrying handles at this point. So there is nothing here to attach any kind of shoulder strap to, like we have on the motor bags, inner bags. Antonio, hello there and congrats. Will the bags fit the large motor case on my R1300GS? Yes, with a tiny adjustment, reversing the lid opening, and just pull it a little bit aside when you're opening. Then you have no interference between the two cases. Ahmet, I just placed an order for the BMW F900GS Adventure. Thank you very much. I believe the rack system is the same as the one on the R1250. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think they look very identical. It should fit. Just keep in mind, if you have, I'm gonna show it again. If you have this, the ESA on your F900, then the MotoPanniers will not work because this, I don't know what to call it, this yellow thing, I'm gonna call it. The yellow part there is gonna be in the way for the locking latch of the quick release system on a MotoPanniers. You won't be able to lock your panniers on the left-hand side. That is basically the reason, and that's also specified on the product page. So as long as you don't have ESA on your 900, you're good to go. Christian GS again. If you would make 2 or 37 liter on both sides, then you would only have one production. Yeah, not really, because they are mirrored. Unless you want to have one lock on the rear instead of the front. The front is a little better, it's a bit more protected, not so much dirt and stuff coming from the rear wheel as if front. So yeah, I see what you mean, but that means also that we have, if people want motor bags, for example, then they don't want, because of the offset, they would have to compromise on that. So I see what you mean, but in this case, for the BMW original, yeah, it's gonna be two identical on both sides, size-wise. But right now it's offset design. Piotr, a few years ago I got the overlander bag with a 3-liter hydration bladder. It was great for my travels. This year I bought the MotoCase 57-liter top case and miss attaching the map holder with the bladder on top. Wonder if you can. No, it's gonna be hard because you don't have the strap system. That's a good point. Yeah, I can raise it, see if we can do something. I mean, some generic stuff for the top. But right now, I don't think it's possible unless you do a DIY solution. David Jackson, I just ordered a set of panniers. Thank you a lot. Highly appreciated. Is a reflector pack available for the top case to match the MotoPanniers? No. If you watch the video, I can show you here. So what I did, I installed this on the MotoPanniers, and then I took the smaller ones that are included also with the MotoPanniers. I took the white and the red ones. I put the red ones here and the white ones here, and the yellows I skipped because I couldn't find any good position for them on the top case. But that's what you can do for the moment until we have a dedicated graphic reflective sticker set available for the MotoCase. So that's what I would recommend. That's what I did. It looks quite good actually, even though it's not supposed to not dedicated for the MotoCase or made for the MotoCase. Still fits quite well. Current feedback on the OEM BMW R1300GS Adventure boxes. They stick out a little bit wider than the handlebar plus crash bars. How do your boxes compare? Ours are within the width of the handlebars for sure. The total width of the MotoPanniers, depending on bike, but on the R1300GS Adventure, it's 100 centimeters from the shell on the outside of the MotoPannier to the other outside of the shell. So that's 100 centimeters between. Banano, I have an R1300 GSA. The MotoPannier is compatible with the 57-liter top case. Yes. Again, reverse the lid, you're good to go. Derek Cohen, we're 1 hour behind now. I'm too slow. Derek, just ordered, they look great. Can't wait for them to arrive. Thank you very much. Could you please explain further about opening and closing the MotoPanniers with the large motor case on a 23 BMW R1250GS? Yeah, I think you saw it. I've demonstrated it probably 4 or 5 times now. It's very, very easy. Reverse the lid on the panniers, and once you open the first, just pull out the lid a little bit so you get a clearance from the molded panel on the motor case, and you're good to go. Pierre, hello, what about the motor racks in black? Would it be available? No, like I said a while ago, we had issues with scratches on the black and too many complaints, so we decided to discontinue them, and we will most likely never have black motor racks available again. If you want them black, I would recommend go and hand them into a powder coating firm, have them make them black for you, and that's basically it. Another about the 57-liter motor case. I think because it's 1 hour since this was asked, so probably already showed and explained. So once I catch up, and if I see more of these questions, I'm gonna demonstrate it again. Until then, bear with me. Trail Squatch, Josh. Hey Alex, this looks so clean. Yes, they do. Nice. Howard Jaitov, when will you come out for soft panniers for the R1300GS Adventure? We already have soft panniers, ADV bags. We released them, what was it, 5-6 weeks ago. They should be shipping soon. I think the second batch, I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 weeks left maybe. Work very, very well on the GS Adventure also. I tried it a couple of times. It looks sweet. So yeah, no problem at all. Fully compatible. Tino Cows, is there a fixing system for the Moto Guzzi's Stelvio 2024? Not at this point. I don't even know what their pannier racks for that bike look like. MotoPanniers, highly unlikely that they will fit. So I would either recommend motor bags if the pannier racks from them are more of the conventional type, or in worst case you can get the ADV bags. Rackless soft bag system. Pedro Ferreira again from Portugal already placed the order. Thanks, thank you very much. Also want the top case with the 57-liter top case. Do the MotoPanniers open without any problems? They open, but you need to pull them out a little bit, and you need to reverse the lid, as I've said. And they're fully. I mean, you can live with it. It's not a big deal. Just to pull the lid a little bit aside when you open. No problem. FGS Rider from Belgium, I think, isn't it? Is there a way to replace the plastic corner protection when damaged? Not without a special pop rivet machine, like you saw in the video. Probably you could replace it with some screw or something like this, but I'll leave it unsaid for now. I raised a question the other day to the development team if we should make the corner protectors replaceable, and they said if the demand is high enough, then we will definitely look into it for the next batches, but for now they are not officially replaceable. Casey Rice, are the locks coatable to the BMW keys? Yes, they are. Mark Bastin, hello, will it be possible to buy racks only? Yes, we sell racks separately. They should be online available for purchase. Have a look at the luggage or bags section, and then they should be moto racks specified there in the collection. And we should have available for the R1300GS, GS Adventure, the 1200, 1250 GS and Adventure, because they are the same racks. Honda Africa Twin 1100, KTM 1290, Super Adventure S and R, the later years, if it was 22 or something when they did a facelift. And also the new Tiger 1200 and the Tiger 900. Those are the motor racks we have available at the moment when the MotoPanniers ship. So if you want to order it right now, then it's only the R1300GS. All the other racks I mentioned will be available together with the MotoPanniers when they ship at the time. Kofamoto just wanted to say, this looks so much better than anything on the market. I already own and absolutely love my MotoCase. Well done. Thank you very much. Highly appreciated. Oscar Corto, order placed. Thank you. Thank you as well. Frederick, off topic. Can you give us a few words regarding the new light concept you are working on? Nope, I cannot. Because we have so much stuff coming and it's still under, I think, patent. Cannot talk anything about the lights, but will be epic. The new range of lights that are coming out, it's gonna be something out of this world. If you were impressed by the motor lights, wait until we release the new lights. Tell you that much. Houseboats picking up the R1300GS Adventure this week. Cannot wait to install current products and panniers in the near future. Love your gear, enthusiasm, and customer support. Great work. Best wishes, Mark from Remarkable Rider. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate the content you put out for us. It's highly appreciated. Marius, on the 1250 GS Adventure, can you open the side panniers? Yes, you can open the side panniers. If you referring to together with the large top case, then yes, as previously explained, you can. With the MotoCase Small, no interference at all, so no problem. Milan, are the small cases from the lid separately? If you mean if you can separate the lid completely from the body, yes, you can. Where do we have the case? Here. So basically what you do, you open both sides like this, and then you can just lift it up. Now the retainers are here. They keep these ones, they keep the lid upright. So you just undo them, and then you can lift off the lid completely. Mehdi, hello, when are the deliveries expected in France? Second half of September. They will start shipping out to customers. Terry McVeigh, serious respect for all of you on the team. Hope you're enjoying the moment of product launch. You are nailing it. Thank you very much. Yes, we are definitely. It's a lot of work. It's long days, sometimes long nights, a lot of preparation, a lot of stuff to consider, but in the end it's so worth it when we see the appreciation that you guys give us. So it's worth every minute. Paul Abraham, I have a 2023 GS Adventure 1250. Do I need anything other than the panniers? If you have the original BMW racks, no third-party racks, no Touratech racks, no Wunderlich racks, there has to be the BMW original racks. Then you need nothing else unless you want the top case, for example. But to mount the MotoPanniers, you don't need anything else apart from the original pannier racks from BMW. LS, hello from the UK. Is the motor racks for the R1300GS available now? No, they are not. They will be available at the same time as the MotoPanniers ship, which means, I think, at least, I don't know, I haven't checked the product page. I know the guys did updates to it today. They should, as far as I know, I assume that they will be available at the same time as the MotoPanniers, but don't hold me to it. I think they might even be available earlier. But if it's super urgent, get in touch with our customer service, then they will be able to give you a very good estimation of the delivery time for motor racks to the 1300 GSA. Motor Passion, when I first added the panniers with small motor case, the total was around 2,000 euros. When I checked out, the total jumped to 2308. Ooh, that's nothing. I can't reply to that really. Check with our customer service. Is there something that went wrong back end? But it's good that you saw it, or maybe something else that was not specified properly. Check with our customer service. Sorry, I can't help you on this. This is typical customer service support that can help you with this. Paul Coward, can you demonstrate the fitting on the cases on the 1300 GSA with the standard alloy BMW rack? No, it's not possible yet. First of all, I don't have those racks installed, but second of all, the motor racks or the MotoPanniers don't fit at all yet. The next generation or version of the MotoPanniers that we hopefully release next year or early next year, they will most likely be compatible. But again, I don't know the timeline. It can be early next year, it can be mid next year. I have no idea. But right now I cannot show you because it will simply not work. It's not even close to be compatible. Bat Motard, have you paused the shipments of other products because of the pre-orders for the MotoPanniers? No, I don't think so. Everything should be first come, first served with all products, I think. So if you have any specific questions regarding your order, get in touch with our customer service team and see what's going on. Pavel, hello from Czech Republic, finishing the dinner and going to make an order. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Dragon 2 Wheels, hello from the UK. How many orders of the MotoPanniers will be fulfilled before the longer wait happens? I don't know. That's up to logistics, and I don't know, to be honest. I have no idea. Jorge Martinez, hello from Colombia. I have a motor case and I love it. This new MotoPanniers fix for my R1300GS Adventure 2025. Yes, you can fit them, of course. You just need our motor racks together with the MotoPanniers. Then it's no problem at all to fit everything together. Ben J31, will there be any black mounts to match the color of the motorcycle? No. As explained before, we had scratches issues and not recalls, but complaints from customers, so we decided to discontinue the black racks forever. So we only make electroplated racks from now on. So if you want them black, contact your closest powder coating firm and ask them to help you out to paint your current racks black. Bugmoto, sorry I'm late. And if this has been asked, what are the advantages of these versus the semi-rigid motor bags? Basically, the reason why we decided to develop the MotoPanniers when we already had such a good selling motor bags is because the MotoCase was a huge success, our top case. And then there were so many people asking when we're gonna do a matching set for the top case, and we already had once we already were finished with the motor case, we already had ideas for doing matching panniers for it. And to answer your question, the advantages of having panniers is basically one and one only: convenience. That's the only reason to get MotoPanniers instead of motor bags. So if you're an on-road traveler, if you're riding two up, if you prefer convenience, if you know that you need to open and close your side cases, in this case the MotoPanniers, a lot. I mean, the MotoPanniers just open the latch, open, click, close, open, close, so fast. Motor bags, a little bit more cumbersome. You have this roll top, you have 3 buckles you have to undo, you have to unroll, you have to stick down, and it's a little bit more cumbersome to get the inner bag in, blah, blah, blah. But if you do a lot of off-road traveling, where there's a high risk that you will tip over or crash or have any accidents, then the motor bags are way, way, way safer, much safer. But if you're going on-road and the risks that you either tip over or crash, slide, whatever is lower, then you're gonna enjoy the convenience that the MotoPanniers will give you. So yeah, that's the basic convenience. Tornillo HD, or yeah, do they come with inner dry bags? Yes, they do. They come with one type of inner bag, so it's not size specific bags, but you get 2 identical bags, look like this. I don't know what there is, it should be around, I don't know, 37 liters. I don't know if they are in specify, I haven't looked. Let's have a look if there are labels inside. Oh, just says MotoPanniers inner bag. Anyway, it's the same inner bag for both sides, 34 as well as 37. So no difference, but yes, they come with inner bags. I'm catching up here, I think. I'm still 1 hour behind, but the scrolling is getting less. We'll see. We still have 94 watching, still going strong, a few people. That's nice. Okay, let's see. Hi from Yorkshire. Sorry for the pronunciation. Yorkshire. How do you say? Yorkshire. Can't say that with an American accent. I'm gonna get decapitated. In the UK, at least. I have MotoPanniers, top case, overlander, and some other bags. Amazing equipment. I think you're referring to the motor bags, maybe, because MotoPanniers got released today, so not many people have them already. Quick question: does your ADV tent fit inside the panniers when all rolled up? Let's have a look. We have. Here is the. What did you say? ADV tent, or yeah, ADV tent, not motor tent. So here's the ADV tent. Let's swap cameras. So now this is now the 37, a little bit bigger pannier. So this is absolutely no problem at all. But it takes up roughly half of the body. Then you still have the lid. I mean, now the lid organizer system is here, but you can remove this if you want to utilize up here. So it takes up roughly half of the lid, the ADV tent. Let's do the same with the offset pannier, the 34 liter. Can you film? Yeah. Oh, that's of course the wrong side. See how this goes. Should be more or less the same fit. It's just a little bit more tight because you have 5 centimeters. It's fully possible. So this is what it looks like. So here's the same. It goes up around halfway up. So no problem to fit an ADV tent with everything included inside each of the pannier. A little bit more squeezed fit in the offset version, but fully possible. Okay, let's see. Now it scrolled again. No, it didn't. Oh, here we go. Just joined. Ian Bogey. Sorry if you've been asked. We're going to be panniers available for the BMW F900GS and fit directly on the bike attachment. It's the racks. The racks where that panniers actually attached to is identical to the 1200, 1250. And I know one of our team members, she fitted the panniers to those racks. I think he either has a 750 or 850. I can't remember. Regardless, the same racks. It does fit. You might need to have to do tiny adjustments to the quick release system, but other than that, it's no problem. They will fit. Milan, how many kilograms will the Molly panel hold? Officially 1 kilogram, I think it is. That's what we guarantee for all kind of terrains, regardless of time. Howard, sorry, missed answer about the R1300 GSA with soft panniers. No problem at all. You can just remove all the racks you have on the bike and fit our ADV bags on them, or just leave the top case rack or whatever rack you have. Maybe you have the luggage rack also. Just as long as you have something to attach the straps to, that's no problem. It fits very well. Adventures on their own. Fabio, hello Alex. I don't know if you already answered, but why choose this size and not the original 41, 48? I can't answer that. That's something for the product developers to answer, but I can only guess that the reason is that we wanted to get as close as possible to our moto bags and not to have the panniers wider than the handlebars for many reasons. And also, if you need to expand your capacity, you can always do that with our accessory bags or roll tops, for example. So that's, I'm guessing that is the reason, but there might be more reasons as well. Oscar Cabrera, second message. Have you thought about selling motor lights for fog? The yellow amber ones, that would be great. We have filters for the motorcycle lights in, what is it, this amber, and it's some kind of yellow, and then we have clear and completely blacked out ones which come with the lights as standard. But we have filters, but we are most likely not gonna do permanent filters on the lights for various reasons, because then you're stuck to it. And again, we're talking double stock keeping as well, because if you change the product inherently, then you need to have double stock minimum. So but we have filters available. So if you go to the lonerider.com and then you go to, I think, accessories, and then you have motorcycle lights accessories, and then you're gonna find all the filters. You can have them in amber, in yellow, selective yellow, and also clear if you want to protect your lights if you go a lot of off-road with friends and you don't want to potentially damage the lens of your motorcycle lights by flying stones. And you can have clear filters as well. Gerasimos Garbes. So if I were to buy a GS Adventure, which rack should I order? I assume now that you want to fit MotoPanniers on the 1200, 1250 GS Adventure. That's quite important to know. Let's go do both. So if you're gonna get the 1250 GS Adventure, then you can get the original racks if it already comes with a bike. If that bike does not have original pannier racks, or if you want to get the R1300 GS Adventure, then I would definitely recommend that you get our motor racks or our own pannier rack. That means that you will be able to fit motor panniers to the bike regardless of the model. Moto Passion, I ordered from you many times, but I never got the cap. I hope to get one with my today's order. That's the caps are actually not official merch for sale. We had it for a brief period of time for people that we work with. I mean, creators, collaborations, partners, and so on. That was the only way to get one. So you could basically not get it with a product, or you could not even buy it. But we'll see, maybe in the future. Simon Barker, are the panniers being sold separately? Yes, that's I think the first option when you go to the product page. You're gonna have selected MotoPanniers, no racks or something like this. And then at the bottom, there's no MotoCase pre-selected. So you can buy the MotoPanniers just as they are without anything, any accessories such as racks or anything like this. Evan Ewan Campbell, will you do rackless motor bags for the R1300GS? Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. We have a few other products that we need to complete first. Then we'll see. Maybe we'll do something rackless if we do a combination that works both for the Adventure as well as for the standard GS. Then definitely. Otherwise, we'll see. Alpine Rider, I don't like the rack in the 1250 style. The use of the R1300GS Adventure OEM rack would save almost 10 centimeters in total width, or in other words, in your case, it would be 5 centimeters wider each without increase of width overall. Yes, definitely we are aware of this, and the reason was already explained, the whole history with us having the Motobags quick release system developed and were pre-set up out of the box for the 1250 GS, and then when the 1300 came, we wanted those customers to have the same experience without having to disassemble the whole Motobag system that they just bought, just be able to fit them to their racks. So that's the history, and that's the reason. Mats rides overall, Pop Rivet, very Swedish translation. They're called Pop Rivet. It's called Pop. I think it's called Pop Rivet. Where is it? Just Rivet. Are you sure? Ah, that's my Swinglish coming in here. Positive thoughts. Will it fit to my CF Moto 800T with stock racks? No, unfortunately not, or highly unlikely. I don't know about the racks of CF Moto, but most likely not. I know that you can fit the motor bag somehow with some adjustments, maybe swap out the spacer for the offset side, but as the offset on the MotoPanniers are or the offset is completely non-adjustable, or you can't adapt it in any way. So that means that you have to have a more or less 72mm offset depth, otherwise it won't work. Mantas, will it fit my BMW F850GS Adventure with stock racks? Yes, I really think so. Definitely, it should fit, because it's more or less the same racks as the 1200, 1250. Apart from the actual fit attachment points to the bike. Andre K3, can I put my helmet inside the MotoPanniers? No, you cannot. They are too tight. You have to do it in top case. Lost Rider, does the Climb Cryos Pro fit into the 42-liter MotoCase? Yes. Go have a look at the MotoCase launch video, which we released, what's that, 15 months ago or so, March last year. I actually used my Cryos Pro to fit inside the MotoCase Small. Definitely fits, but go have a look and you'll see. Does not fit in the MotoPanniers though, your next question, so unfortunately not, they are too tight. Todd from Wyoming, US, just ordered panniers for my GS 1250 Adventure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ah, here we go. It took me more than 2 hours because in the beginning of the live stream I said that you guys at the end or later I'm gonna show you a new product, and here's the reason to show the product. Sophie and Andy here from behind the bars. Do you have a bag to fit on top of the panniers? That would be neat and tidy. And yes, we have something coming up. We have this bag. This is our Pannier Pack. We had this bag very briefly 4 years ago until we discontinued it. The reason we discontinued it is because we didn't have any aluminum cases at the point, and they were not very compatible or usable with our motor bags. But now we have it back in a very revamped design. So basically this is a production sample that I received today. Actually, it came today. And to walk you quickly through, this is supposed to go on top of the MotoPanniers. I don't know about the availability yet. You're gonna be notified in all various ways when this bag will be available, hopefully within a few months, I think, at least. But as you can see, it has a water type. It's basically, if you're familiar with our tail pack, for example, this bag you put on the tail when you don't have a top case. It's the same concept and also follows the system of our top tank bags. So inside you have a divider, and you also have this compartment up here, and you have also a carrying shoulder strap, and then you have a molly panel on the top. You have a kind of if you call it a molly strip around, so you can attach other stuff if you want to. And then of course front and back you have Velcro bases, so you can attach patches, flags, whatever you want to put. And the system is the same. I always forget what these buckles are called. They're non-slip buckles. I can buckle something, I can't remember, with our gated G-hooks. It's the same as you've seen on the mini bag, for example, and the tall bag and the tail pack, all these bags. So it's the same concept basically. So you put this one through here on the top of the motor pannier, and then you attach it with not a quick release, but close to a quick release. Not working as so very neat, very tidy. So, and then you have a carrying handle here if you want to carry it from the bike and not using the shoulder strap, for example. Otherwise you attach the shoulder straps in these two. Yeah, other than that, it's very similar to what we have already, but this is specifically made for the MotoPanniers. So yeah, we'll see when we release this bag. DC Moto USA, are there any weight restrictions if putting anything on top of the MotoPanniers? Ooh. Actually, I don't know, and I don't dare to answer. I mean, the molly panels I know because their stuff are hanging from them, but when you're placing something on top, it should theoretically be a little bit higher weight restrictions. But on top, I think it comes down to the what your bike subframe can handle, basically. Yeah, let me get back to that one. Ahmed just ordered the MotoPanniers for the R1250GS Adventure. Thanks a lot. Can I keep my Touratech toolbox? No, you cannot. Gonna interfere with the quick release system. You have to find another solution to carry your tools, basically. So, and that's also specified on the product page that no toolboxes or anything like that mounted to any panniers will be in any way compatible with the MotoPanniers. So that's good to know. Also, I have a 12, Christoph, also I have a 1250 GS 2023, not Adventure, stock with what is meant to support the BMW Vario cases. So the motor rack mounts onto this with no extra gear needed. If you want to install our pannier racks on your 1250 that is Vario prepped, I think our motor rack should be compatible with the passenger foot pegs that are Vario prepped. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure. Check the product page for the rackless motorbags. No, sorry, for the motor racks. And if it's specified. If not, reach out to our customer service and ask, or just double check before you order anything. But yeah, to answer your question, if you need to remove it to mount the MotoPanniers, then not necessarily. Maybe the passenger foot peg, but I can't remember. It's such a long time since I was involved with the rackless motorbags. That is the same attachment system as the Vario cases. So check with our customer support. That would be the best. Antonio, will they fit on the R1300GS without having to change the opening with the large motor case? If you're referring to reversing the opening of the lid of the MotoPanniers, you have to do it, otherwise it's not possible. Other than that, there's no interference issue at all. Kenny Michels, when will we know if the panniers fit on the BMW F750 or 850? They fit with the original pannier racks. We do not have motor racks for the 750 and 850. You have to go with the original pannier racks, and then they will fit. George, will these panniers break the BMW OEM pannier rack if the bike falls on its side? Because that is what happened to my BMW OEM pannier. It bent and shifted the rack. I mean, it really depends on the impact. It's not necessarily the case that breaks the rack. It's the force of the impact. I mean, we slammed that you saw in the video. We slammed our motor panniers quite severely, and it did not break our motor racks as well. So it really depends on the impact. If you come in speed and you really time a large boulder and you drop the bike in speed on the boulder, then yes, of course, at one point the force is going to be so strong, so it's going to transfer through the pannier to the rack and bend the whole rack. So I mean, they are not immortal. They at one point stuff will break if the hit is hard enough. Rear frame. Yeah, and yeah, that's a good point. And if it's better that you bend the pannier racks than that you bend the rear frame or subframe, because that's also a balance. That's what we did when we developed the crash bars. That we want everything to flex enough, so as much energy is absorbed as possible and not transferred into the bike itself, because that's when the expensive story starts. Leon from the Netherlands probably already asked and answered, did the panniers directly fit on the R1300GS with the aluminum standard BMW rack? Same for the top case. No for the motor panniers, yes for the top case if you have the top case rack with this floating adapter. You just need to remove the adapter, and then you can just mount our rack adapter attachment plate directly to the the top case rack of the BMW original part. But for the MotoPanniers, you need our motor racks 100%. Otherwise, you can't fit the MotoPanniers if you leave the original carriers on. Paul Fletcher, are the MotoPanniers the same size as the motor bags? More or less in the end, yes, kind of. We have the MotoPanniers are 37 plus 34 liter. The MotoPanniers motor bags are 38 plus, what is it, 31? Yeah, 31. So it's like you have a little bit more, you have a little bit less, but in the end, it's more or less the same. Rally Roamer, is there a problem dispatching the motor case at the moment? No idea. Check with customer service. They will be able to give you a good estimate on when the motor case is shipping again. Rick V4S, motor racks from motor bags are compatible. Yes, if you get our motor racks, you can mount all our bags. I mean, in this case, it means motor bags and motor panniers, so that's no problem. Tanner Mackey, Triumph Tiger 800 fitment. Unfortunately not, only the 900. George, do they protrude outward when mounted on the bike, or they same with width as the handlebar? And do they have USB charging? They are a little bit slimmer than the handlebars, so all in all, the total width from the outside to the outside of the motor pannier is 100 centimeters. And unfortunately, there is no USB-C charging at this point by the motor panniers. Alexander Lukic, I have your semi-rigid system on my 1300GS with your motor racks bought together with the panniers. If I'm getting hard ones, would they fit the same rack? Yes. We only have one type of pannier racks for the 1300. That means all, basically. We don't have different pannier racks for different luggage system. It's like one fits all. So if you have motor racks that you mounted the motor bags to, and now you want to get motor panniers installed, then it's the same rack. Just order the motor panniers without anything else. You don't need to order a second set of motor racks because you're going to receive, in such case, the same set of racks. So just order the motor panniers with nothing else. Christoph, wonderful panniers, but maybe the question has been asked, but will you build a motor rack for the Ducati Multistrada V4? Yeah, I addressed that earlier in this video, and there is something special with the Ducati. If it's a sensor or something, I can't remember, but it's blocking, and the development team is working to solve this somehow. That's why it's delayed. So it's coming, but it's a little bit delayed. Now I'm catching up. I'm only 20 minutes behind. DNRM, hello, sorry if the question has been asked. I've just joined the chat. I'd like to buy the new MotoPanniers for my R1250GS Adventure. I currently have an Outback Motor Tech luggage rack. Will it fit? No. You have to get either the original pannier racks if you still have them. If not, we highly recommend getting our motor racks, our own pannier racks. That will be a plug-and-play fit, much, much better. Experience PH, why don't you sell the key cylinder for the top case separate? I lost mine. I think we do. If it's not specified on the website, get in touch with our customer service, and they will be able to send you hopefully the same code as you originally ordered. You don't get, I mean, if you get a different code delivered, then you can easily recode it. Just follow the instructions in the video I made for the motor case. So they should be available, the locks, definitely. And if you're referring to the key only then you receive 2 keys per cylinder. So that means with the motor case, if you order together with an attachment plate, you get in total 4 keys. And with the MotoPanniers, you get 12 keys. So it's 3 for each cylinder, and that's just how they are delivered from factory, basically. So that's why it's, yeah, 12 is wasteful, but it is what it is. PKL, are you really happy with your Total Black GSA? Yes, I'm really happy. Or actually happy. No, it's a really good bike. It's heavy, yes. At the moment, I'm riding 3 bikes. I have a Pannier 700, which is like a overgrown dirt bike in comparison. It's so light. And then I have my GS, which I have stripped down a bit to have a little bit more sporty bike. And then I have the GS Adventure, which I primarily use for traveling to up. Because it's a heavy bike, but it's a really good bike. It's really comfortable and convenient, you say. The only downside is the weight. Other than that, it's just advantages. Knut, it's been told that I need to modify my rack 2022 OEM R1250 GSA slightly to make your new pannier fit. Is that correct? No, you don't need to modify your pannier racks at all to make the MotoPanniers fit. Oh, that's wait, is it? No, new pannier. He's referring to the MotoPanniers. Because previously we had on the original BMW racks, if you have the top bar underneath, you had like this weld dot, like there was a little bit welding bump. And our first or second versions of the quick release system for the motor bags, then they interfered, but we solved that. So we basically remade the quick release system. So this weld dot got in a kind of a blitz. I don't know how to say it. So we solved that, but for the MotoPanniers, I mean, theoretically, that weld dot would end up here. So it's no risk at all. There's no modifications needed at all to the OEM pannier racks from BMW. You might need to fine-tune the quick release system if the fit is not optimal on the MotoPanniers, but tool is included, there's no problem. Have some Swedish friends or Polish friends in Sweden that's writing in the chat. And now the chat jumped again. I'll just scroll up. Or down. David Jackson, I have a 9-kilogram tent similar to the Moto tent, and I have strapped that to the motor case using the original BMW straps that come with the inner bags. That was a question, reply to another question, maybe. Not a question to me. Someone was asking about the price, and check the product page, modelonerider.com. You're going to see the price there. Ahmed, thanks for confirming. Still very excited and receiving them. Look amazing. Thank you very much. Now I can see the bottom finally of the chat. I'm catching up here. Still 88 watching. So many people that can deal with me after. Is it borderline? It's 2.5 hours now, I think, isn't it? It's 9:45 here. We started 7:15. This is the longest live stream I've ever done. Not even the ADV bags was this long. And it's just MotoPanniers. It's barely any other product. Anyway, let's continue. Andy, Brazier, just ordered. Cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks to Dispatch Stock Top Case Plate ASAP, as I have an 8-hour tour. The 8th 8th of October. Anyway, thanks. Mr. Boos, is this for GS 1300 Adventure? Yes. Just get our motor racks and it will fit. Or they will fit, the MotoPanniers. Matt A, photos on the Africa Twin 1100. No, unfortunately not. Nope, we don't have it yet. They will circulate because the reason first of all, we don't have the motor racks available yet. And yeah, without the motor racks, we can't mount the motor case, or motor panniers. So that's the reason why we don't have any photos yet of the Africa Twin. But probably in early October, mid-October, we're going to have a lot of photos of the Africa Twin with the motor panniers attached. Okay, here we go. Hartmut, first of all, Burkhardt. What do you recommend for my GSA 1300? Depends really what you want to do. If you're an on-road rider that value convenience, I would absolutely recommend the new MotoPanniers paired with a motor case. The size is up to you. If you need a lot of size, then you can go with a large, which is 57 liter. Or if you just want to save some weight and have some more convenience when you're opening the lids of the motor pannier, then you can go with the smaller motor case, which is 42 liters. If you're going off-road every now and then for safety reasons, I would 100% recommend the motor bags, which is the equivalent to the motor panniers, but they flex, they are semi-rigid, so they are offered more or less the same volume capacity. But if you fall over and get your leg in between the ground or a stone or a log or something and the pannier itself, the motor bags will most likely not break your leg because they flex and they are soft or softish. While as the motor pannier it's rock hard. It's not gonna stop and ask for directions. It's just gonna fall and worst case crush your leg. But it's different products for different use cases. And if you have, again, now if you buy a heavy bike like the GS Adventure, you're most likely not into primarily off-road riding on single trails and stuff, but then the ADV bags, really good choice because you shave off so much of the dead weight. The whole system itself weighs just about 6 kilograms. And the weight is so close to the bike frame, so even if you fill them up with all in all 20-25 kilos, you barely feel the weight because it's so close to the frame. So you don't have this kind of leverage which you have with racked system. So it's like night and day riding with a racked system compared to a rackless system. But up to you. Convenience, go get the motor panniers. 50-50 off-road and you still want the capacity, go for the motor bags. We have the same for the top case. Top case is also available for the aluminum, and then you have a semi-rigid equivalent, which is called the Overlander. It's like an over-engineered roll top, basically, also semi-rigid. So even if it's empty, it holds its shape, it doesn't collapse. You can go have a look in our website. It's a ton of different options. So really up to you what you prefer. Zach, just to confirm, with the large motor case on a 1300 GS, all I would have to do is switch the hinge points so it opens on the opposite direction, and then there is no compatibility issues with the panniers. Yes, correct. Just move over. You need a Torx 10, I think, to move the small pins. I can show you here quickly. Which side was it? Yeah, here. Let's see if this makes sense without me crashing the whole computer system. Or we switch cameras, basically. So, and then you have here this small little pin here. I think it's a Torx 10 you need to undo this one. And then you move it over down here. There's another. And you attach it there. You undo these like I did just now. and you move over the, you don't even have to flip the, oh, I mean, you don't need to rearrange this, you just flip the lid 180 degrees, so then you can keep the light here in the top without having to move it down there, or reverse the whole lid organizer system. So you just flip the lid 180 degrees, and then you attach it basically the same again, and there's no problem at all. The only thing you need to do, you can showcase here again on the ES Adventure. Let's say now this is your bike, you have the MotoCase Large, you have the MotoPanniers. You want to open the lid forwards. You see here, interferes a little bit. You take this a little bit out and you go past. And the same here, not much force. I can, 2 fingers. There is so little force that needs to just bypass. There's no problem at all. PKL, weight is just numbers, yes, correct. Hartmut Burkhardt, panniers for the 2025 GS Adventure. Yes, then MotoPanniers with our motor racks. Tiago, I understand that the panniers are specifically not compatible with the BMW F900GS with the ESA suspension, and no motor rack available as well. Do you plan on making compatible version at some point? Thanks. Maybe. That's up for the development team to decide, basically. How much more, how do you say, how much more space you need in order for the locking latch of the MotoPannier not to hit the ESA piece. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if that's the actual unit that pumps the suspension, the preload. I don't know what it's called. If it's gas or something inside, I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, we'll see. Actually, aren't we developing racks for this at the moment? Yeah, let me check, and yeah, you can write to us on social media and ask, and I'll check after the live stream. Alpine Rider, what is the steel luggage rack mounted on your R1300 GSA? Is it a Lone Rider product? Yes, it's an upcoming top case rack, I call it personally, that we have developed for those who order their bikes without the BMW top case carrier. I mean, sometimes you either get the, I don't know for the Adventure, but for the standard GS you can get the sport grab handle, the super short, which is sometimes very common on the trophy versions. And then you also have the plastic luggage rack, which have no attachment points for a top case. And for the Adventure, I don't know if you only can order the plastic luggage rack, not top case rack. And for those customers, it's going to be way cheaper to order our top case rack instead of going to a BMW dealer and order all these parts, because it's going to be more than the top case itself, from what I've heard at least. So that's the reason. So what you see here now, that's our top case rack that is soon going to be available for the GS Adventure, as well as for the standard 1300 GS. Kenny Mitchells, just be sure if I order the panniers without racks, will I still get the accessory? Yes, racks has nothing to do with the MotoPanniers. If you order just a set of MotoPanniers, nothing else, you get the inner liner, you get the light, you get the lid organizer system, you get the inner bag, you get the stickers, you get the key barrels, you get all these plugs that if you want to remove the molly panels, for example, what more is it? You get tools, merch kit, everything is included. It has nothing to do with racks or top case or anything. Racks is just a way for people to be able to fit the panniers to their bikes. It has nothing to do with accessories or spare parts for the MotoCase panniers. And then we have our cameraman here tonight is asking, will there be other colors for MotoPanniers than black like the Moto bag straps? That's basically just a question of the powder coating. Maybe. I mean, if enough people want it. I don't know if the only thing I can think of is like Honda red. What more would be kind of suitable? You think? BMW red.
Yeah.
Do they? Oh yes, do they make it in red? They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, or green for the option 719 or whatever they called. Yeah. 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 No, I mean, we'll see. Highly unlikely, but you never know. Christoph again, regarding the Multistrada V4 motor rack, if I buy the panniers now, can you guarantee me that the motor rack for the Ducati Multi V4 will be available by spring 2026? No, I can't guarantee anything. What I recommend, what you can do, because I'm going to forget this question, email our customer service team and ask them the same question and ask them to check with the development team, because I don't know the current status other than that they ran into issues for this. I don't know if it was the sensor or something similar with this particular bike model. Ask if they can check with the development team and give a clear estimate if it's planned to in a range of, I don't know, X amount of months. But I can't guarantee anything, unfortunately. So check with the customer service team. Ask them to get in touch with the development team. Eric Slavik, do the MotoPanniers also leak when riding in the rain like the MotoCase? That's from case to case. In very heavy, prolonged rain, when it's a lot of hard winds, that might sip in a little bit, but that's the reason why you have the inner dry bags. Normal rain, it should not leak at all. Heavy rain with strong winds and a lot of how do you say, water mist from other cars and stuff, then maybe it sips in a little bit somewhere at certain points for some people. But I haven't had the possibility yet to ride in pouring rain with the MotoPanniers yet, but yeah. Max, thank you very much for the demonstration. You're welcome. Motor Trail, are there any universal panniers for the old non-BMW bike? XTZ 1200, not panniers from us, but rackless bags, ADV bags. That's the only thing we can offer you at this point. Unless you have some kind of conventional tubular pannier racks that you can mount our motor bags to, for example. And in worst case, you can use the included permanent attachment system that we had on, or basically from the Gen 1 motor bags. But yeah, that's about it. You replace the battery in the A7 III? We have a question, sorry if I missed it already. If there are any plans to make the panniers compatible with the various mounting points on the F850 or F900XR? I doubt. We are not gonna focus so much on that bike. It's sporty bike, so yeah, it's a little bit narrow for us, I think. Not planned at this point, basically. Sami, thanks Alex, and behind the camera team for a comprehensive live stream and answering all the questions. Made it very clear indeed. Thank you, and to all the development team and at all. Cheers. Thank you very much. And we are getting to the bottom. Oh, it's not even a question, it's a statement. So we are still 72 people in the stream. So here we have a question, Series 27. And the original BMW rack mount on the R1300GS Adventure. It will be sometime next year. We're going to have MotoPanniers with a dedicated fit for the original racks on the R12 or 1300GS Adventure, but not now. So with that, guys, hope you liked the live stream. Let me know if you have any more questions. Other than that, how long have we been going? Almost 3 hours. In 14 minutes, we've been live for 3 hours. Been a great one. A lot of questions, a lot of fitment questions, which I really expected to come. So not surprised at all. But happy to be able to clear up the compatibility, plausible issue, not issue, but the compatibility between the MotoCase Large and the MotoPanniers. As you can see, they are with some adjustments compatible. If you just pull out the lid, it's no problem at all. Motor Trail, is there a hole on the bottom to evacuate water leak? To be honest, I have no idea. Let's have a look. Yes, it looks like. Can you zoom in on this? Here. This hole here, that hole, I can see red inside, and that means that that's the inner liner. And that means that in such case that it is a drainage hole. That's more than I knew. Learned something. I'm guessing now. I'm not stating a fact, but it looks like a drainage hole for sure. So definitely. Christoph, thanks for your getting tired, I can't even talk anymore. Perseverance. I don't even know that word. What's that mean? For this long session, much appreciated. Thank you very much for sticking around this long as also with me. So very much appreciated. Hartmut, if I apply the motor rack for the MotoPanniers to my R12 or 1300GS Adventure, do I have to remove the BMW original fixed point for the BMW aluminum panniers? Yes, you have to remove the old racks. This silverish original racks, you have to remove everything. Otherwise, because our motor racks use the same attachment points on the subframe, so you have to remove all of it. So Motor Trail, thank you for your live chat. Great performance considering the duration. And thanks a lot for this info. Thanks a lot for sticking around. It was a pleasure. Always fun to make these live streams. So this is actually the third time I do this live stream. First time was, what was that? Black Friday last year. Also lasted for quite long, almost 2 hours, I think. More than 2 hours. And previous one was during our ADV bags pre-sale. That was a big mess up. Long story short, always check that all software and stuff is working prior to the shift and that Sony is not blocking the feed. Basically that what happened. Now I really upgraded the setup, so now from now on it's always gonna be a multicam live stream to give you guys as good of a experience as possible, and also with the audio. I don't know if you can hear, I put a tiny bit of music in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. It's minus 50 something decibels, just to have something not dead silent when I'm not talking. So the music I use in the videos on all the promotional videos. So Hartmut ordered, thank you very much, highly appreciated. Good I could explain and convince you. Yes, Andy, time for a beer. It's past 10 here. I have my Swiss Alpina water. Skål. So yeah, with that said, guys, if you don't have any more questions or want to see anything else, I think I'm gonna call it a night, basically. We are 9 minutes away from 3 hours live stream, so it was way longer than I expected. I expected, because it's not a narrow product, but it's not so much to talk about other than what I've presented in the video already. So I thought it's gonna be maybe 1.5 hours at best, but it turned out to be double. So thanks, Steph. Keep up the good work. You as well. Thanks a lot. No, Madonna GS, when do we expect to have the top case rack for the R1300 GSA? Shortly. Guessing during the fall. They are in production at the moment. So what I have here is an early production sample. That's basically what they're going to look like. So now they're in full production. And then they just need to get packed and sent to our regional distribution warehouses so they can be sent out to you guys when you order them. So with that said, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up for this session. So thanks a lot again for staying with me this long. We are still 71 people in this live stream. Absolutely amazing. And I think next live stream is probably gonna be Black Friday, late November. So I'll see you then. So thanks for everything, and as always, ride safe and have a good one. Bye.